young people on the streets that you are seeing partying now, their parents, their grandparents fought for democracy. Some of them died for democracy. And here they are once again defending it on the street. Huge moment. For the last 12 days, South Korea has been in political turmoil. They watched in horror as on that Tuesday night, late at night, President Yoon declared martial law. Now that sent chills through a country that had for decades fought authoritarian rule. For many of the young people on the streets that you are seeing partying now, their parents, their grandparents fought for democracy. Some of them died for democracy. And here they are once again defending it on the streets. And that is how they see it. Those parties will continue well into the night. Now, when it came to this impeachment vote last week, the opposition party tried to push towards impeachment, but President Yoon's own party, the ruling party, boycotted the vote. There was huge disappointment. But over the last week, the pressure has gone up. The mood has changed. And that is because more details about what happened that night have emerged. We've heard that President Yoon had ordered that the leaders of the opposition and the chairman of his own party, along with many other members of the National Assembly, would be rounded up by the army and put in a detention centre. President Yoon himself stayed quiet most of the week and then made an impassioned plea on Thursday saying he would fight until the end. It became increasingly clear to his own party that he would not step down, that he would not resign, and that he would have to be impeached. And that is what has led to this vote in the last hour.
And Laura, people listening to what you've been saying may well wonder, what on earth was Yoon thinking? Because surely this was a gamble that was set to fail.
This was a huge political gamble. Look, the question that we've been trying to answer since he declared martial law is, what on earth was he thinking? I think you have to look at where President Yoon comes from. He was not a politician, he was a prosecutor, and he rose to prominence by prosecuting 2 former presidents. And then he won an election, but only just. It was by less than 1%, about 0.7, 0.8%. So he didn't really have the kind of power that he hoped for right from the start. He struggled with the opposition party, and he struggled within his own party to get anything done. Increasingly isolated, he has felt, and certainly seems to have been listening to, conspiracy theories about rigged elections, and also he feels that he's up against constant forces that he believes are pro-North Korean voices, and he believes that the only way to get rid of those voices was to declare martial law. That was certainly his defence. So it gives you an insight into what he was thinking. It has to be said that there is absolutely no evidence for those claims whatsoever. Even his own party do not agree with him when it comes to those claims about rigged elections and pro-communist forces. So that is what perhaps he was thinking. Now, he will no longer be president. He will be stripped of his powers. It will go to the Prime Minister, and the next steps are that this decision has to be ratified and reviewed by the Constitutional Court. If the court decides, and this could take many months, if the court decides that it is constitutional, then another presidential election will be called.
투표 결과를 말씀드리겠습니다. 대통령 윤석열 탄핵 소추안은 총 투표수 300표 중 가 204표, 부 85표, 기권 3표, 무효 8표로서 가결되었음을 선포합니다. 총 투표수 300표 중 가 204표.
존경하는 국민 여러분, 여러분이 이 나라의 주인임을 증명하고 계십니다. 이제 겨우 작은 산 하나를 넘었을 뿐입니다. 그들은 국민이 주인인 나라를 부정하고 끊임없이 다시 자신들이 지배하는 나라로 되돌아가고자 획책하고 있습니다. 위기에 빠진 나라를 구한 것은 언제나 흰옷 입은 그 어려운 민들, 그리고 이 나라의 서민과 국민들 아니었습니까? 국민 여러분이 해내신 것입니다. 전 세계에 없는 무혈 촛불 혁명을 이뤄냈던 것처럼 다시 빛의 혁명을 만들어내고 있습니다. 그러나 지금 이 순간 승리를 자축하며 헤어질 것이 아니라 신속하고 엄정한 책임, 윤석열에 대한 파면 처분이 가장 빠른 시간 내에 이루어질 수 있도록 우리가 계속 함께 싸워야 하지 않습니까? 정치는 정치인들이 하는 것 같아도 결국은 국민이 하는 것입니다. 국민의 충직한 도구로서 국민의 명령을 충실하게 이행하는 모습으로서 국민의 주권의지가 일상적으로 관철되는 진정한 민주국가, 민주공화국 대한민국을 함께 만들어 갑시다. 여러분 고맙습니다.
국회로 와주십시오. 늦은 시간이긴 하지만 국민 여러분께서 이 나라를 지켜주셔야 합니다.
이재명 대표 계엄 당일날 소리가 안 들어가는 라이브 상황이에요. 좀 전엔 어두운 장면은 국회를 넘어가는 장면이었고 좀 다급하게
탄핵안 가결이 선포되자 환호가 터져나옵니다. 자리를 박차고 일어나 응원봉을 흔들고 박수를 칩니다. 그동안 간절했던 마음에 눈물이 터져나옵니다.
뭔가 잊고 있었던 뭔가 민주주의라는 것이 우리가 공짜로 얻은 게 아닌 거라는 거.
지금 너무 감격스럽고 역사의 현장에 제가 이렇게 서 있을 수 있다는 것에 눈물이 납니다.
매일 추위를 맞서며 외쳤던 탄핵안 가결에 함성의 물결이 이어집니다.
너무 기쁘죠. 계엄령 내렸을 때부터 너무 마음을 졸였고, 그래서 우리 남편이 또 그날 밤에 국회로 올라갔거든요.
TV 앞에 모여서 탄핵안 표결 상황을 숨죽여 지켜보던 시민들도 가결 소식에 박수를 치며 환호합니다. 시민들은 이제는 내란 수사가 제대로 돼야 한다고 강조했습니다. 탄핵안 표결은 오후 4시에 시작됐지만 시민들은 추운 날씨에도 오전부터 국회 앞을 지켰습니다. 한 차례 탄핵 부결에 시민들의 분노는 커져 오늘 집회에 주최 측 추산 200만 명이 모였습니다.
되고 나서 그 이후라도 오늘 모든 국민이 오케이가 결정되는 그 순간까지 함께 할 겁니다.
민주노총은 오늘부터가 시작이라며 다음 주 월요일부터 매일 광화문 앞에서 촛불 시위를 하겠다고 밝혔습니다. 오는 21일부터는 헌법재판소로 행진할 계획입니다. MBC 뉴스 이혜선입니다.